Hello and welcome to MailRight. We have another workshop for you today, and we are going to be discussing the 7 features every real estate agent needs on their website. I'm Adam. I'm co-founder of MailRight.com, and I'm here with the one and only Jonathan Denwood. Say hello, Jonathan.
Hello, listeners and viewers, or viewers, I should say.
Yeah, we love bringing these to you, and the only reason we do this is to help you grow your real estate business. So we hope you enjoy them. So we're going to dive into each of these features today and give you some clear examples of what a winning real estate agent website looks like. So ready to jump into it?
I am, Adam. I'm ready to go.
Okay. So the first number one thing would be an IDX-Search capability. Why is that?
Well, it'd be like going to a restaurant website and not having a menu on it.
Totally.
It's just expected. But I want to make one thing really clear. If you have a really good website, it will generate leads. If you have not really a very good website, or a mediocre or a cutty cook type of website, it's not really going to generate any leads for you. It's just the truth. It is expected. You can just utilize what your brokerage gives you. And, it's normally a 1-page, it's an about us page, or a lot of
mostly like a landing page, what they provide. It's not a real SEO generating ranking type of a website, right?
Or you don't have to utilize, but part of your monthly brokerage fee, they provide some cookie cutter website that all your fellow real estate agents of that brokerage are also using. So you look basically the same as 200 or 500 real estate colleagues. Do you really want that? And it is part of your monthly digital marketing payment that you are normally have to pay to the brokerage. And if you're fine with that, that's no problem, but it's not going to generate any leads for you. What I'm talking here is you've got to have a decent IDX search capacity, and it encourages people to stay on the website longer. The longer they're on the website, the longer they will look at other sections of the website. The longer they're on the website, the more they're probably going to be willing to sign up to some email list, which allows you to market consistently with them, allows their contact details to be put into your CRM, and for you to build up your database. These are all things that we have extensively talked about in these videos, isn't it, Adam?
Yeah, check those out on our YouTube channel or the blog on mail-right.com. And let's face it, it's, not having IDX as a realtor is like having a car but not gas or batteries for it to run. So it's just a staple. It is a foundation. It's something that you really need to consider having if you're truly wanting to grow your real estate business.
Yeah, and with our IDX provider, our main one, which is IDX Broker, that's the main technology partner that we utilize when it comes to IDX. The great thing about that, it doesn't cover every area of America, but it has a very wide spread. The beauty of it is you can customize it to your heart's content. We can get you up and running and do some interesting things that increases engagement time, that people visiting your website will stay on it. Or you can just utilize some cookie cutter system and it will do a job, but it's not going to encourage people to actually stay on the website.
Yeah, and be careful because there are some sketchy IDX companies out there. So those are not the ones we work with. Those are established and reputable. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, once again, we would love to have you like our video. So, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you push that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when we have our free workshop videos uploaded for your viewing pleasure. So let's jump into the second thing, which is the buyer and seller lead landing pages. Super important, right?
It is, but there are all the things we're going to quickly go through are all linked. If you
Yep.
don't get, if
They
you
all
don't,
complement each other.
yes, if you don't get all seven that we're outlining in this video done to a pretty high standard, it's going to diminish the effect of the website. It's just
Yep.
done. And like I say, it's very similar to what I said to point one, having cookie cutter landing pages and utilizing a system that 500, 1,000, 2,000 other agents are utilizing isn't going to get you great results. And just offering a free estimation of the value of your home, I don't think is going to work in 2022. So good quality landing pages that are individually set up and you have an individual lead magnet and for your market and where your market is at that present moment, they will generate leads. But if you just do it in a cookie cutter, non-caring, if you don't really concentrate with your digital partner, you're probably not going to get very good results. That's just the truth of it, really.
Yeah, design, layout, user experience, user friendliness, and convenience, like all those things are intentional on landing pages, and they're part of the strategy in reaching more people and getting more leads. So we put that into, our
we give different
pages.
Price options. Mm-hmm. The more you want from it, the more time equals money. So the more, but we can get you going at a reasonable price. All our medium plan, we give you some consultation, and there's various different ways of utilizing land. Normally the best way is through open houses, properties that really special, really good properties at attractive pricing. Being able to market that through Facebook and Google, and then getting them to land on a landing page, and then asking for their name and address. It's all about getting them into your database, so you can then continue to market to them, because most people they're in a time scale of between 12 months to 16 months before they might turn into a commission check. So
especially right now.
Well, it's always been that way. It's the lead time. People think these digital leads, you can get digital leads through Zillow and through paid Google local advertising that are much further on the buying or selling process. But those leads tend to cost a lot of money. They cost between $50 to $100 each. I'm talking about leads at a much cheaper price, but
more affordable.
But they are at a much earlier stage of the buying or selling process. They are literally 6 months, 12 months to 16, 18 months out. Mm-hmm. So that's what you really got to understand.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump into the third thing, which are neighborhood and or region guides. So tell us about the regional guides and neighborhood guides.
Well, neighborhood regional are the bread and butter, but it's very similar to point two. Cookie cutter, there are many website solutions, mostly sold through brokerages, that provide automated neighborhood guides and regional guides. All your fellow real estate agents of your brokerage are going to get exactly the same reports. It will be offered on 200, 300, 500 websites. It has no real value, but they are popular. But they've got to be individually drawn up, developed, and offer some real value to the target audience.
Yeah. And, you know, I worked at one of the title escrow companies for a decade, and we actually made that one of our resources. And so check with your local title or escrow company, because they might have these regional neighborhood type guides.
I understand, but it's the same problem I've just outlined, Adam. I am going to
well, let me finish, because what I would do is I would actually, instead of coming up with all that information, you can actually use that information, and then you could put that onto your website. You can create your own guides, but instead of
you take the data but manipulate it a bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. What I'm talking about is these totally automated guide systems that you find on
okay.
And it sounds great. You don't have to work with a digital agency like MailRight. You don't have the cost. But
so you just punch in the zip code or city, and it pops up.
Generates it. Or
those are out there.
Right. They don't. The problem is they don't have much worth to the target audience. So it all sounds great, but it doesn't really produce any results.
Yeah. I mean, these could be good evergreen content, right? Which is good for website and SEO.
Well, the best way to use these PDFs, or you have some content on the website that Google can read, then you offer a more detailed PDF that the person has to give their email and contact details to get. Plus, you add a video to it, and you put the video on YouTube, and have us optimize that video. We can help you make it. That is the best way, but that all costs money. But if you can afford to work with us and let us do that for you, that will guarantee the best results.
Yeah. And you can check out our plans. The rates are at mail-right.com, and let us know if you have any questions or want to schedule a demo, because we'd love to show you more about that. It's been super successful and want to get you on board.
Yeah.
All right. So the fourth thing is school ratings and other key service info. So what if you don't have kids going to school? Why is it important to know what the school ratings are?
It really does depend on your target. These are just very general outline. You know, if your target, your niche, we've talked about that extensively as well in these videos. Find a niche. Don't be the real estate that feels, you know, when you're starting, you got to try, you're just there to try and get clients and commission checks. You're just trying to get the wheel moving. But as you do that, the quicker that you find a niche in your local market, the better you're going to be. So if your niche isn't including people of school age, you probably don't want to do what I've outlined in for, but you still need resources, the best restaurants, the best information about the key. If you're talking, let's take an example, Northern Nevada, what are the towns, cities, communities, what are the main differences, that type of information, which is linked to neighborhood and guides. When it comes specifically, but if your target audience do have children, they are going to be really interested. The only thing I've got to point out is in some states, you can't give personal opinions about particular schools. It's actually illegal.
Isn't that crazy?
You can get in, and you got to be a bit careful about this, because you can start getting into all sorts of murky areas, and you could get yourself into a little bit of bother. So if you're going to do it, you're best to talk to an agency like MailRight to advise you on that. Right?
Or an attorney. No, I'm just kidding. I will say, though, where there's good schools, there's usually good neighborhoods too. So obviously, in a logical, common sense type of fashion, that holds true in a lot of ways. So, All right. Fifth thing is original blog content. Why can't I just duplicate what someone else does or have some company put on mine that, 1,000 other websites have the
Well,
same thing on theirs?
yeah, because it has it has no value. It won't drive traffic.
Yeah.
It's filler at the best.
Yeah.
Actually, if it's on a lot of websites, and I'm not going to name them, but there are some platforms
A
that
lot of them.
really push. We will automatically populate your website with quality blog content. What they don't say is it's going to go to 1,000 websites, and the way Google operates, it will
They
actually.
know.
Well, no, it's worse because they actually penalise websites that have duplicate. They used to not promote them, but now they actually penalise them.
Wow.
So it will actually damage your SEO ranking utilising. Look, there's only two ways of doing this. Either you spend a bit of time yourself, and we can give you some ongoing advice about how you do the research and how you choose subjects and how you optimize them. We can give you some one-to-one training, or every month you can join a round table, or we can do it for you. That's at a much higher cost. Mm-hmm. We have a team of experienced writers. Adam can help you, advise you. I can. And it's a great investment. You won't get results straight away. It will take at least 6 months to almost 12 months.
Yeah.
But the great thing is that it pays off for years.
Yeah,
years
definitely.
and years and years. The other thing I didn't list on here is the other alternative, if you haven't got the budget, is that we can do a competition review of your local competition. And then if the competition isn't that severe, we can develop some one-off evergreen content, as we call it. These are resource pages really linked to neighbourhood guides and other content, which only needs to be updated once a year. And that can be a cheaper solution if then writing or getting us to write monthly original content for you. So there are options, Adam.
Okay, that's good. I wrote that down too. All right, so sixth, 2 more to go. Sixth thing is varied contact and lead capture options.
Yeah, you've got to jazz it up a bit. Having the same pop-up or the same lead generation landing pages month in, month out, having that up for over 6 months, a year, 2 years. The people that regularly go to the website, these that haven't given their details to you, if you keep showing them the same pop-up, it becomes invisible to them. Mm-hmm. So you've got to jazz it up. Also, it's very popular with agents. I've got mixed feelings about this, is that they put data gates up. That's why. What do I mean by that? Obviously, if you like the example of the neighbourhood guides, I said that you should have some of the guide available freely, and then the downloadable PDF. To get the PDF, a pop-up comes up asking for your name and email. Well, a lot of agents, you have like 2 to 3 free searches, and then a pop-up comes up and you have to give your details. I don't. We still get a lot of agents that insist that we set that up. An IDX broker allows you to do that. I think it's a crappy idea. I really think it's based on thinking that worked 10 years ago when you got sites like Zillow, Redfin, providing all the data free, and you're bunning up a logic gate asking for when people are doing it's bonkers basically. I'm not being disparaging because I'm getting on, but it's normally from the older agents that utilize, that insist on this, and they're very resistant in being re-educated. Don't be one of those folks. I don't think when it comes to general searches, putting a logic gate on. So when somebody does free searches, they've got to give your detail. They're just going to leave your website and go to Zillow and Redfin, aren't they? What do you reckon?
Yeah, especially if trust hasn't been established and things, and within a couple seconds, it takes 7 seconds to keep someone's attention. So
I just want to add a little bit extra now.
Yeah.
If you have a pop-up come up and saying, if you give us your name and email, we're going to send you, and give us some information, we're going to send you customized reports to you.
That's different.
That's totally, because you're offering extra value.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so last but not least, thanks for throwing in that competitor review option as well. That's good. Now let's look at reviews and testimonials, which, man, I swear we emphasize this almost every recording, right? Because it's so important.
Yeah, and it's like all the others, Google has technology when people are getting their friends, neighbors, or themselves to put, having testimonials that you get from friends and just pasting them on the website ain't gonna cut it. People know that most of these aren't totally kosher. The only reviews that matter are the reviews which you can either link on your website. We can do that for you, or you take a screenshot and you put it on the website. Is reviews on Google, Zillow. They're the only two that matter.
Can you backlink to Google? Like I think I've seen that.
You backlink to Google Local, don't you? They local, and that's the reviews. But we also
like that.
We also have technology that will display those reviews on the MailRight website.
It's great.
But they're the only reviews that matter. You've got to get as many reviews on Google Local, your local business profile page, and we've got loads of videos about that. Or on Zillow. That's all that matters, and you got to get as many as possible. We do provide a system, part of the MailRight, that's awesome. That makes it easier for you to get these reviews. You can upload a list and it will send out an email. So you can hit, as your database hits, you've got an automatic way to try and generate more testimonials on your Google or Zillow area. Most real estate agents are useless at this. They don't concentrate on it. It's not top of mind. It's a nightmare, because if you want to be a successful real estate agent in 2022, this should be on top of mind. This should be one of the key things that you're trying to do almost every day, every week, every month.
Yeah. Plus, the National Association of Realtors shows that 75% of buyer and seller clients consider reviews as a factor when they're deciding to work with an agent or not. It will be one, getting them to your website. It will be one of the main having a good looking website, having value on that website. And then they will look at your testimonials. And the reason why this is so important and why so many agents don't get this, Adam, is it will be the guiding determination, apart from a strong personal recommendation. I'm not going to, that is the gold standard. But apart from that, it will be your website will be one of the main determination if you're going to have that presentation with that possible client. And the data shows the first agent that does that first presentation with a possible client has 70% chance of bagging that client. So it's really crucial that they book a presentation and you be that first person. You've only got you really got to be awful at presentations. If you're the first agent doing a presentation with a client and you don't bag the client, it's showing that and there's a track record of you doing that. You need some mentorship. You need to find you need some help, because you've got a major bloody problem on your hands. And you know what? Let's face it, the online reviews are online. word of mouth referrals nowadays. So super important. So, well, there you have it. That's 7 features that every real estate agent needs on their website, especially if you're looking to be successful and grow. We hope you enjoyed this. We'd love for you to check out the plans and digital tools, CRM review help that we have at mail-right.com. What else, Jonathan? Some demos, things like that we would love to do for people.
Well, they can book a free consultation with me. It's totally free for half hour. It's just an informal chat. I'm not even bothered if you don't want to see the MailRight system. You're not in a position. You just want some advice. You can just book it. It's totally free with me. If I'm not available, Adam will take it if he can.
Hey.
We're more than happy just to have a chat, aren't we, Adam?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great program. And so thanks for watching. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and then pound that notification bell. And we will see you next time.
See you later, folks.